Hello and welcome back to my channel. Bit of a different video to start with. This is going to be where I'm going to be starting my Lego City. So I've already got some base mats built and ready to add strength so they're not flimsy and flopping about. And then obviously we'll put Technic pins in these to snap them all together. This is where it's hopefully the Lego City is going to be put on for now. I've already got a grey one here ready for roads and whatnot when I come to it. At the moment it is my home for the P1, which will have to be moved elsewhere. I've already got a base mat kind of started assembling. All these little 2x2 blocks to add a strength to the plates that are going to go on. So I'll get one of those made. Well, obviously I've already got these 5 made. I think I've got possibly 10 already made. Up here I'm going to try and make it a lot of green, trees, possibly a cabin, a river going into a waterfall to come down here at some point. And then obviously I've got the cabin that we did for the hunter's cabin from a company called Fun Hole, which was on the channel a few months back. So all that will be going on to this to be starting with. So it could be a while before we do any like roads and buildings, but I just want to do trial and error, see how I'm going to get on with doing the trees, the greenery, and possibly trying to do the river into the waterfall. So I'm going to start with doing one of these base mats. Just a quick preview of how all the others have gone together. There's probably plenty of videos online of people that have done them already. That's all I've done really, was look online and see how people have done them. There we have one of the base mats, well, one of a few base mats. More rigid now, more solid. So that's going to be going onto there. So now add more green onto this, maybe some hills and trees, whatnot. So just see how that goes. So I've started doing this base plate. Started giving it like a bit of a, I'll say a slope at the moment, but it's just like green steps. I'll eventually put some thinner plates to kind of not smoothen it out, but make it look like it's not many big like green steps, and it's got a bit of a hill structure to it. And then also I've got this big conveyor which eventually will have blue tiles on there. I'm not too sure what the colour is going to look like with dark grey and then blue tiles. Might need to rethink about the colour, how it's going to look with maybe white plates and blue, or black with blue. I'm not too sure yet. But yeah, I've hooked it up with it's got a bit of a motor. For me it does seem a bit too fast, so again I might have to change the motor for one that's a slight bit slower, but we'll see. So all these ideas are just, it's all in my head. I've got no like software to plan it out and set it up. So how this is here, this is probably just a rough idea and it could change every now and then. So hopefully this doesn't fall apart when I press go. So that is probably how my river will look like. I'm hoping to have the green slightly up, a bit higher, and then maybe use some plates to give it a bit of a definition of some shape going like slightly over the conveyor, so it's not just a pure straight line. It's got a bit of a ins and outs on the grass line and a bit of a rockery. But again, I'm not too sure where this should go. I do quite like the river here, probably against the wall, and then maybe some more hill towards this side. But for now, that's going to be as far back as it can go because of the motor and the wiring. So now I've got a base plate. I've kind of just grabbed any blocks from the old Lego set and just making it high enough so I can basically have quite like a big hill. So I'm going to have like a big looks like a big platform. So I'm going to put these base plates on there, these green plates. And what I want is then eventually stagger it down on the edges. So it's like, again, going down in steps. So this will look like quite a high hill. Hopefully all these multicoloured blocks will be hidden with the greenery going down, covering it all. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Now I may have done this a bit wrong. And there we have a green, quite a tall base. So then that will end up on here. Thinking maybe towards here. Thinking maybe there. And then obviously some green coming down this way. But what I want to do is put our log cabin on here that we did a few months ago. So yeah, so I'm hoping to put the cabin on here, which is this cabin down here. So I'm not particularly wanting all the white snow on there as I'm doing all the green. So I'm thinking all the snow, all the white bits are coming off. So then it's just like a a wooden cabin, and then it'll just be on the hills, in the trees, and that's how I want to see it set out. This little dude, he can go. He's not a genuine kind of Lego man. He looks cool, but it's not like a genuine like minifig that I want. Kind of want to keep the standard minifigs that you get, so he can go. Kind of want to keep the bear. I think the bear looks alright. Might be pretty cool to have a small cave somewhere up on the green. Maybe around the river, trying to get a fish or something. So he's going to be a keeper. So yeah, let's take all the white off. taken the base off, I don't want any of the snow. So now I'm going to try and put this cabin on to this green base. It's got a few dangly bits with the lights. I'm hoping to have it resting on some of these, probably about 2 each underneath each corner. Raise it up so it's got some stability. Here's already got one. Yeah, so that doesn't look too bad on some green now. Obviously I'll take some more of the rest of the little bits of the white off. But I do have an idea of making this look a little bit better. Some point in the future I'm thinking of trying to get these 2x2s as the walls rather than these 1x1 circles. So maybe like the walls are like this, big huge tree logs rather than these smaller ones. That's what I'm hoping, but it could make it a huge cabin rather than tiny little cabins. Could be a project for the future. We'll see how we get on. But that's all I can show you for the video at the moment, as I've got to try and do a bit more planning in my head of how things are going to look. But join me again for part 2. If you enjoyed the video, not that you might have because there wasn't much, but please leave a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment of ideas or opinions. If I'm doing something wrong or a better way of doing something, let me know. And I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.